Okay, right, okay folks, this is another lesson I'm dedicating to my students from school, 11 and 6, that's my class. Okay folks, this is an actual examination question from my IGCSE paper 4H, November 2012, syllabus code 4400, question number 20. Okay, so in this particular question here, the first equation, y equals x squared, that is a quadratic equation, so we have a parabola, a nice curve. Second equation, y equals 7x minus 10 is our linear equation, which is a straight line. And we're going to use the same technique as we've done in the previous video, where we're going to work out the simultaneous equation. We're going to eliminate the y from the top equation by substituting. So let's have a look. So here we have y is equal to x squared, and here we have y is equal to 7x minus 10. Okay, so y is equal to 7x minus 10. Wherever we see this, we can put it into where we see the y. Okay, so the y takes the value of 7x minus 10. If you rewrite it again, now we have on this side 7x minus 10, copy down the x squared. So what we're doing here, we are substituting y equals this part as 7x minus 10 into where we see y. So this y has the same value as this. So over here, y, x squared, x squared. Now, this question here, this part here now looks like a quadratic equation. We have an x squared element, an x element, and a numerical element. So what we need to do, we need to get them all onto one side and make it look like a quadratic equation. So let's move over first of all the plus 7x. That comes over here and becomes minus 7x. Now you have to move over the minus 10. That comes over, becomes a plus 10. Okay. Once we move the minus 10 over from the left hand side, we are left with 0. Okay, so now we have a nice proper quadratic equation. So ax squared plus bx plus c is the normal format of a quadratic equation. So the coefficient here is 1, the coefficient of x is minus 7, and that's 10. Now because the coefficient here is 1, we can use the technique that we use with the double brackets to factorize it. Now, what we're looking for? We are looking for two numbers that multiply to give you plus 10 but add up to minus 7. So let's have a look. So the numbers that multiply to give you plus 10. So we have 1 times by 10, we have 2 times by 5, or we have, not to forget, the negative factors as well, minus 1 times by minus 10, or we have minus 2 times by minus 5. So that here is an exhaustive list. So all the factor pairs that multiply give you plus 10. We have the positive factors and we also have the negative factors. So 1 times by 10 is 10, 2 times by 5 is 10, minus 1 times by minus 10 is also 10, minus 2 times by minus 5 is also 10. But what we're looking for now, we are looking for which one of these factor pairs. So we found that all of these sets of numbers multiply give you plus 10, but which one also adds up to give you minus 7. As we said before, multiply to give you the last number, add up to give you the middle number. So which one of these adds up to minus 7, and it has to be the last one. So we pop them down into here, literally pop them down, copy down the x, we write down the x. So what we have here, x squared minus 7x plus 10. When you factorize it using this technique, we have x minus 2, x minus 5. Had we know that's correct, we just quickly multiply back out again. X times by x is x squared. X times by minus 5 is minus 5x. Minus 2 times by x is minus 2x, which gives us minus 7x. And minus 2 times by minus 5 is plus 10. Okay, happy with that? Now, So what we've done here, let's quickly recap what we've done so far. We substituted for y what y is. We rearranged it, made it look like a quadratic equation. We factorized it by looking at the factors of 10. Two numbers at a time to give you 10, added -7, we put them in. Now we just solve it. Solving for this type of question is quite, we can just do by sight. To solve this quadratic equation, we need to make each bracket equal to 0. So we need to make this bracket equal to 0, because once we have a 0 in here, a 0 times by something lower gives us 0. Okay? So to make this bracket equal to 0, I need to put x as equal to x needs to be plus 2. 2 take away 2 is nothing. That makes this bracket into nothing. Nothing times by whatever's in this bracket will always give you nothing. So that's one solution. Look at the second bracket. You've got to make this bracket equal to 0. It's -5 and x. So what would x be to make this bracket equal to 0? So that would be x is equal to plus 5. Because plus 5, -5 is nothing. Nothing times by whatever's here will always give you nothing. So that's how we solve it. So now we have our preliminary x values. So we have x. So we have two x values here. Now we need to work out their corresponding y values. So in order to do that, now we're going to take these x values one by one and substitute them back into the actually any of the equations. We're going to put them back into the first one if you like. So let's do them into the first one. Okay, right, let's have a look. Okay, right. So here's my first equation, y is equal to x squared, boom, boom, boom. That's equation number 1. We are going to get these x values from over here, and we're going to get them and we're going to substitute them into here to work out their corresponding y values. So y is equal to 2 squared. So in the previous question we substituted back into the linear equation because it's easier. But here it's just as easy, either the top one, the quadratic equation, or the linear one. So y is equal to 2 squared, y is equal to 4. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing all over again, but this time we're going to do it for the second value over here. So let's write it out again. So we're using the first equation, y is equal to x squared, equation number 1. We're going to get our second x value here, which is plus 5, and we're going to substitute that into here. So what happens here is, so y is equal to plus 5 comes into here. So we have plus 5 squared. So y is equal to 25. Okay. Right folks, so here we have, it's as the first x value and its corresponding y value. We have the second x value and its corresponding y value. So that will give us our solutions. We have 4 solutions, 2 and 4, and 5 and 25. Okay folks, thank you very much for joining me on this examination question. I hope this video helps you. Okay, thank you very much.